Well, hello, all my preschool friends. It's your girl, Sandy Pinkalicious. I've got another Pinkalicious book for you. Today's Pinkalicious story is called Apples, Apples, Apples. We were out at Pinkville Orchard. It was apple harvest day. Peter and I found the map of the farm. I read the names of the different apple trees. Pinkle. Wow, I shouted. There's a kind of apple called Pink Lady. I couldn't believe it. A pink, a perfect apple. We had to find it right away. Peter and I searched through rows and rows of trees. We found red apples, green apples, giant apples, tiny apples, but no pink ladies. Keep looking, Peter, I said. They've got to be here somewhere. Oh, Pinkalicious, Peter called from behind me. Look what I found. I turned around and saw my little brother with his arms full of round, rosy apples. Pink ladies for a pink lady, he said. Peter and I giggled as we put the apples in the wagon. Let's get some more, he said. We ran back and forth until we filled up the wagon. More, asked Peter. More, I answered. By the time Mommy and Daddy found us, the apple pile was an apple pyramid of beautiful pink ladies. Oh dear, Mommy said. What are we going to do with all this fruit, said Daddy. Peter and I looked at each other. We hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that's a lot of apples. We rode home very carefully and very slowly. Peter and I kept looking back to make sure the apples didn't fall off the wagon. Oh dear, said Mommy again. Straight ahead of us was a giant hill. Mommy looked at Daddy and Peter looked at me. Uh-oh, I said. Up, up, up we climbed, we pedaled and pushed our way to the top. At long last, we were almost home. I could see all of Pinkville below. I was so excited to get home that I started pedaling faster. Wait, said Daddy, be careful, the apples. Uh-oh, the apples what? What's going to happen? Going up this steep hill. Oh my goodness. The apples will. Oh no, Daddy didn't even get to finish his sentence. It was interrupted by the sound of rolling apples. The pink ladies fell out the wagon and went flying down the hill. We tried to catch them, but they were rolling much too fast. In just a few seconds, the streets of Pinkville were covered with fruit. Come on, I yelled. We have to get our apples. Peter and Mommy ran in one direction. Daddy and I ran in another. We followed the apples as they tumbled down the street, picking them up one by one. Wow. We searched high and low for our missing pink ladies. Mommy and Peter found a bunch that had rolled into the schoolyard. Miss Swizzle had some by the front door. Mr. Swizzle had some by the front door of his ice cream parlor. I saw 3 hiding under the rose bush in Pinkville Park. Little by little, we gathered up all the pink ladies and brought them home. Then we washed them and washed them and washed them some more. Some of them were a little bit bruised, but they were still good enough to eat. So we ate them. All week we had apples with every meal. We had apple cake and apple crumble, apple sauce, apple cider, sliced apples, diced apples, dried apples, fried apples, even apple ice cream. By Friday, we hadn't eaten nothing but apples, and we still had many left over. It felt like we were never going to finish them. Well, they did have a lot of apples. It's amazing how many things you can do with apples. That night, I thought about how we had too many apples and not enough people to eat them. And I thought about how my family had looked for the pink lady apples all over town. That's when I had an idea. Since we couldn't eat all the apples in our town, maybe we could share them with the rest of Pinkville and called it Apple Appreciation Day. Sounds good to me. The next day, I brought a shiny fresh apple and a whole apple pie to school and gave them to Miss Penny. "Oh, thank you, Pinkalicious," she said. "To what do I owe this surprise?" "It's Apple Appreciation Day," I said. "I appreciate you, Miss Penny, so you get an Applicious treat. Thank you for being the best teacher ever." Well, that was very nice. My friend Allison was out sick, so when I got home, Mommy and I went over to her house with a basket of apples. "I'm sorry you're sick," I said, "and since an apple a day keeps the doctor away, I hope this keeps you healthy for a long, long time." Allison giggled. She bit into an apple. I feel better already," she said. Everywhere we went, we handed out apples and apple treats. Finally, we reached Mr. Swizzle's shop. We gave him a small container of apple ice cream. "Mr. Swizzle, you spent all day making sweet treats for everyone in Pinkville," I said. "This time I wanted to make something delicious for you. So, happy Apple Appreciation Day." Mr. Swizzle took one bite. That's marvelous. This is excellent. This is positively Applicious," he said. "What do you call it?" "Pink Lady Supreme," I said with a smile. By that evening, we had given away almost all our apples. We had only one left. "Looks like Apple Appreciation Day was a huge success," said Mommy and Daddy, giving me a big hug. Then Mommy took the last apple out of the basket. "This one's for you, Pinkalicious," she said as she cut it in half and twisted it open. Inside there was a star. "A pink lady with a star inside," said Daddy. "That sounds like someone I know." "Thanks for being so generous with the apples and for thinking of other people," said Mommy and Daddy. "You are our star." Aww. The end. Well, that was nice. You know what they say, sharing is caring. And it was nice that she shared all those apples with people in the town. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's book, Pinkalicious, Apples, Apples, Apples. And join me again tomorrow for another special Pinkalicious story. But until then, this is Sandy Pinkalicious saying, see ya.